It looks like I have to make another video. That's fine with me. I love making videos. In this presentation, we're gonna be talking about the Bondi beach shooting, which is in Sydney, Australia. Fun fact, this was originally gonna be about the schlep controversy, but I couldn't do that since it's a classroom. That's fine though, I had this idea in mind. In case if you live under a rock like Patrick Starr, the Bondi beach shooting by the time of recording this, like 2 days ago, but by the time I actually upload this, maybe a few weeks ago, but it was a shooting that happened near the Bondi beach in Sydney, Australia. You know, like the place with the opera house, or I like to call them mountains. Now, since you're not Patrick Starr anymore, we can now go into the details. And yes, you can see more gameplay. Now I would be making jokes, but you know, this stuff is serious, so I don't think I'll be making that much jokes. But I will still be having the Patrick Starr jokes, which will also mean that there will be no special credit scene. But to make up for it, I do have an intro and outro. You already saw the intro, which is 10 up. So while I was researching about the event, I found out that the shooters, Sajid Akram and Naveed Akram. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So apparently they were inspired to do this shooting by the ISIS. The ISIS is an abbreviation for the terrorist group, the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria. So I've been trying to find why they were inspired by that, but I just could not find anything. By the time this video releases and I present this to the class, I think it might be revealed, but I don't know. Who knows? So that's my bad for wasting your time on that. But it is interesting on how they were inspired by a terrorist group. So in the near future, it might be revealed why they were inspired. Who knows? Maybe the dad worked for the ISIS. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. I'll mention that later. Now, here's that later. I kind of forgot to mention that Sajid and Naveed were father and son. So a father and a son were shooting the Bondi Beach. Now you see why I said father or dad. Awkward. Whoever said that might as well just
keep the tire marks as a souvenir.
To clarify, Sajid is the father and then Naveed is the son. But anyways, a few weeks before the shooting, they took a trip to the Philippines. And then a few weeks after that, I'm going too fast. But a few weeks before the shooting, again, they went to the Philippines. This is like 2 days after it happened when I'm recording this. So it's not revealed yet. But I think it might be revealed in the future. A few weeks later, Naveed said that him and his father were going on a fishing trip, but in reality, they were booking an Airbnb near in Sydney, and then authorities believe that that they were plotting the shooting, or they were like planning the shooting. And fun fact, police found guns in the Airbnb they were staying at. When they went to the Bondi Beach, there was CCTV footage of them hiding near the footbridge, which is where they were gonna shoot the place. Here's the CCTV footage.
Oh l'enculé, il a pris une deuxième arme.
Now, I don't think that's the entirety of the CCTV footage, since the live stream I went to was just a replay live stream. So, that's all of the footage I could to get for this video. But the entire basics thing is that, so when they arrived at the Bondi beach, Sajid and Naveed got out of their car, went to the footbridge that you saw in the video. Then they... "15 people die during the shooting. The survivors, not the survivors, the victims include a Holocaust survivor, a rabbi, a 10-year-old girl, and many more. So yeah, my condolences are to those people and his family. I don't know how to make fundraisers on YouTube, so I can't do that. Fun fact, while Sajid was shooting, a guy named Ahmed wrestled him or fought him, and then disarmed him, which is pretty cool. He was able to take down a shooter, which is pretty cool in my opinion. Actually, probably in everyone's opinion, except those terrorists. See, here's CCTV footage of Ahmed disarming Sajid.
The man in white there running up and tackling that suspected gunman. There is a struggle, and you can see he appears to wrestle what looks like a shotgun out of that man's hands. Now, the individual in white has not at this point been identified, but local leaders are hailing what they say were extraordinary acts of personal courage by people who just jumped in at the scene. It is very likely that that man saved some lives.
During the time that footage was posted, the man hasn't been identified, but now I identified him for you. So yeah, that's Ahmed disarming the Sajid. So then after the shooting, Sajid was shot dead by police, and then Naveed is facing charges of 15 counts of murder and 40 counts of attempted murder. Well, it already has. Kind of, at least. You see, not that long ago, 2 Iowa soldiers and 1 civilian were ambushed and killed by the ISIS. But if you want it to be for, the actual event, and not just involving the ISIS, I guess I could do that. So you see, it could affect the USA because some people could say, this, I think I could do this. Yeah, one of the shooters died. The other's facing a serious sentence, but who knows? The risk is worth it if people die. You see why? Yeah. Now, hopefully, you aren't living under a rock like Patrick Star anymore, because I just taught you everything about the Bondi Beach shooting. You heard on why it happened, kind of at least, and people died. You learned how it happened, and people died. And you learned how it can affect the U.S. Oh yeah, and the aftermath. And people died! Can't you not shut up? Sorry for my, assistant here, but in all seriousness, no condolences to the, people who died during the 2 events I just talked about. I think what would be cool is that, if you know how us in the U.S., people in the U.S. have a Memorial Day, or 9/11 Day, to honor those who died in 9/11? Yeah, well, it would be cool if they made a Memorial Day of their own called, Bondi Beach Day, to honor those people who died in December 15th. And for the schools, they just put in, my video as a way to learn about the event. In fact, Australian teachers, do that now. Next year, show this video to all the kids in Australia. But anyways, that's the end of the video. That's all I wanted to say. Well, that's a wrap. So now what? So...
Spectacular stew!
I guess. Also, we'll honor those who died in the 2 events, and I'm gonna play some music for 14 seconds.